All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the ETI night orientation. Again, if you're just logging on, just joining us, this is new for us. So again, you're gonna have to deal with us through the pain of trying to make sure we get this right. So we're gonna go through a PowerPoint. We're gonna take a poll. We're gonna ask some questions. You're gonna hear from some of our directors and those that are gonna be supporting you through your journey here at ETI. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just to give you a little housekeeping, a few housekeeping items on the webinar. So everybody who's on this webinar will be muted, so you're not going to be able to talk. And we do this because there's a lot of people on and we want to reduce the noise so that everybody's able to hear the content. As we go through the information, there should be a section on your screen where you can submit a question. So as we go through, if you have a question, just go ahead and submit the question. And then at the end of the presentation, we're going to go through and answer those questions. My advice to you is if you have a question, ask it, because somebody else probably has a question as well. So don't hesitate to submit questions. And like I said, we'll go through them again at the end of the presentation. So for our agenda, we're going to introduce to you some people that will be here, like I said, to support you, the staff. You're going to get some information on admissions, financial aid. I know some of you are a little bit nervous about the online learning platform, so we're going to do a little bit of demo and talk you through that. We're going to give you some general school information, some education information, career services, and then, like I said, get your questions answered. What's up, Michelle? You have to unmute. I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. You're cutting out a little bit. If you can move a little bit to the right.
To the right.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah. Just didn't want you to have you cut off.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Marianne Caniglia. I am your campus president here at ETI. Next to me is Mr. Kevin Flans. He is your director of education. Michelle Sheldberg, if you want to go ahead and wave. Michelle is our director of admissions and marketing. Amber Vera is our director of career services. Elizabeth DeCrescio is our senior director of financial aid and student services. A couple of people who are not, you can't see them on this webinar, but maybe on the webinar, is our corporate registrar, Maureen Rarick. So Maureen is responsible for all of your academic files. So if for some reason you need a letter of verification for an employer, for childcare, Maureen's the one that's going to get that information for you. I'm sure a lot of you, all of you, have spoken to either Michelle or one of the admissions representatives, either Fred Idle, Peggy Flerick, or Andre Newson. When you come to the campus, if you have not been to the campus, the first person that you'll be greeted by is Lynette Plata. She is our administrative assistant. And then, as I'm sure through the financial aid process, most of you are probably working with Elizabeth and also Evelyn Carlos, who's in our financial aid department. I wanted to quickly just take a quick poll. It's just 3 questions. So if you could go ahead and just click your answers to the questions. We just kind of want to get an idea of where you're at in your online learning process. So give me a second here to launch the poll. All right. So the first question, can you all see the first question? Have you ever done any type of online learning? So if you could go ahead and click one of the choices. Are you able to click a choice? Oh.
I believe I can click a choice.
Okay, so it looks like everybody's clicking, answering. We'll give it a little longer for everybody to go ahead and submit an answer. And again, this is anonymous. So if you don't want anybody to know who you are, no worries. We don't know who's answering what. Looks like we're waiting for about 8 more people to vote. My directors, are you able to vote? So it looks like we still have about 6 people who need to vote. I'm going to give it about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and close the poll. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking long and hard about how to answer the third question.
I'm very happy about the Blackhawks and Cub votes. The White Sox ones disturb me.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close the polling. So it looks like, have you ever done any type of online learning? So as the results came in, 53% of our attendees have participated in online learning and 47% have never participated in online learning. So it's split pretty 50-50. Again, we are going to go through some types of, we are going to go through the Google Classroom a little bit just so you have a better idea. For those of you that have never participated in online learning, please don't get nervous or stressed out about it. It's very simple. We will walk you through it. If you have problems, we will work with you one-on-one to make sure that you're able to access it and understand how to do the online learning. I'm going to take a quick time out here. Elizabeth's shaking her head at me. What's going on, Elizabeth? You have to unmute yourself.
For a second.
I'm sorry.
That's all. We couldn't hear you for a moment, so I was just trying to.
Okay. Okay, the second question was, how many schools did you look into before choosing ETI? 24% of you said no other schools. 71% of you said 1 to 2 schools, and only 6% of you said that you looked at 3 or more schools. We always like to know that to see, why you decided to come to ETI. So that's something that we would ask that you discuss with your admissions representative to let them know, what you saw in our school that made you choose our school. We're glad you chose our school. You made the best choice possible. I can tell you that right now. So that's a good little fun fact to know. And then the last question, we thought we'd make it a little bit of fun. Which Chicago sports team is most likely to win the next major championship? And it looks like the overall consensus is the Chicago Blackhawks will win the next championship. I'm sure that we could leave this up for debate and discussion. I can tell you right now that some of your directors will disagree with you. Your director of education probably would be leaning more towards the Cubs. Your director of financial aid student services is leaning towards the Penguins, Pittsburgh Penguins. And unfortunately, your director of admissions and marketing is a Packers fan, but we won't talk about that. We'll just move on to continue the presentation. Okay, so now I'm going to have Michelle unmute herself.
I'm all good now.
Are you there?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Well, I wanted.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I just wanted to. I typically don't talk too much during orientation, but I really wanted to grab everybody who is even logging on here for the first time. For the first time ever, have we done a virtual orientation, as well as we have opened it up to people who are still considering coming to ETI. So I want you all to know that, we are training for an essential business or essential trades, and we are still enrolling. It's a really cool opportunity to be able to, in this time, jump ahead. But the whole point is that, we're still enrolling. If you are, still thinking about it, you just simply have to contact admissions. We are here to, get you through the process, make sure you're fully informed, and really be as excited as we all are. Congratulations to those of you who are enrolled, but that process, this is what financial aid and admissions is here to help you do. Again, being essential is in this crazy time is we're just still moving forward. So you can just simply contact admissions. If you haven't been to our website, it's ETICampus.edu. You can click on that, give us your information, and we're going to contact you. And I promise we're going to get you through. You can start, and who don't know too much, all of you who are on here now, in the next 7 to 12 months, you're going to be out there working in an incredible field. The big thing is you need to be trained to do that, and our admissions team is ready 24/7 to help you through it. So we're here to help you, or you can contact us at 630-477-4000. Best bet is to go onto the website though, and just let us help you out. And congratulations.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm going to go ahead and just show a quick little video that we have for you, I think. Okay, so there's a couple reasons, obviously, that we showed you that video. You know, the number one reason is to, you know, encourage you that and solidify that you made the right decision to go into the trades and to choose ETI. The other thing that I want to point out is that all those pictures that you saw in those videos, any pictures of advertising that you will see, all come from actual ETI students and graduates. We don't use stock photos. We choose to use our own photos to show the successes of our students and our graduates. Okay, now I'm going to have Miss Elizabeth DeCrescio, the Senior Director of Financial Aid and Student Services, unmute herself. And then I'm going to turn it over to her for a few minutes.
Thanks, Marianne. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our virtual orientation. I'm excited to see you, or see that you all joined us this evening. And I just want to take a moment to thank you for choosing ETI for your career training. Again, my name is Elizabeth DeCrescio. I am the Senior Director of Financial Aid and Student Services. And I spoke to a lot of you, and some of you may have spoke to Evelyn Carlos as we helped you navigate through the financial aid process. In financial aid, our role here at ETI is to get you the information and the tools that you need to make an educated decision on how you're going to fund your education. We're going to talk a lot tonight about communication and attendance in school. And it's very important that if any of you have any questions about your financial aid or your payment plans, that you do not hesitate to reach out to us. We want to make sure you have all your questions answered. Everyone watching tonight is in a different stage of their financial aid process. Some of you are completely through the process, while others might have a few things to do, or maybe you haven't started the process. We want to make sure we get everybody's paperwork done so you can start your e-learning on Monday. So if you are one of those individuals who are not through the financial aid process yet, you definitely want to contact your admissions representative or myself so we can get you through that process. Another role that I have here at ETI, excuse me, is student services. And this is important because, you know, while you're going to school, attendance, you know, is very important. Like I said, we're going to talk about that. But let's face it, especially right now with everything going on, that some things are going to happen. Some things are going to come up while you're at school. If you're having any problems at all with your attendance at school, you definitely want to communicate with us and let us know what's going on. We have a lot of resources that can help you with things, anywhere from childcare to housing, medical, you know, so you just want to reach out and communicate with us because your attendance is important and your future is important to us. So the main thing that I want to stress this evening is definitely communicating with us, and let's get your paperwork done. I'm super excited that you guys are all here, and looking forward to working with you. Pass back over to you, Marianne.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Okay. Again, if you have any questions so far after listening to Michelle or Elizabeth, please feel free to type your questions into the chat area. And as we said before, for those of you who might have just joined us, that we will get those answered at the end of the webinar. So moving on. We took that poll, half of you that are on this webinar have not done any sort of online learning. So I just wanted to give you a quick view of what you will be seeing when you log in. So the way that Google Classroom works is that you will receive an invite sent directly to your email. Once you receive that invite, you will click on it and you will click the word join, and it will take you directly to your classroom. You don't have to sign up. There's no password. So it's fairly easy to get into your classroom. So I'm going to click on this link here. This is just an example of a classroom. Thinking. So this is right now our current level 1 evening HVAC classroom. So you see when you log in, the first thing that you will see is this. This is called your stream. This is where your instructor will post daily announcements, assignments, and this is also where you will be checking in every day. So as soon as you get in here, you're going to go to share something with your class. And all you...
It's not showing up.
It's not working.
It's not.
All right, what are you seeing?
Google Classroom and Beyond.
PowerPoint.
We're just seeing the PowerPoint presentation right now.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay, just want to make
Can you see anything now? Hold on, let's pause. Can you see the classroom now? Okay, 1 second. Sorry, guys, I apologize. Can we see it now? Okay, back in business again. My apologies. We're not an IT school, unfortunately. So we're all kind of learning this as we go along. So like I said, I'll recap what I had said previously. You will receive an email to the email address that you provided to the school, which is probably the email address that you received this invitation on. So once you get in, that invitation will take you directly into your classroom. So right now I'm in a classroom. This is the sheet metal level 1 night classroom. So when you first join or log into your class, this is the screen that you're going to see. So you'll see here that the instructor for this class has posted a new assignment for today. But the first thing you want to do when you log into this classroom is you see at the top here where it says share something with your class. The very first thing you need to do every single day is click in there, type your first name. Well, I'll do mine. Ugh. Last name, and then today's date. And then you come down here to the right-hand corner and you click post. That will then populate onto the stream, and then your instructor will know that you have checked into class and they will mark you down for attendance. If you do not do this, then the instructor will mark you absent, saying that you did not attend class. So it's very important that the first thing you do when you join the class is every day you type first, last name, and date. The reason we have you type your first and last name is because Google Classroom right now recognizes you sometimes by your email address. And if you're sharing an email address and it has somebody else's name, it confuses the instructor. So we just ask that you sign in, type first name, last name, and the date. Then you can come up here at the top of the screen where it says stream. Right next to it, it says classwork. You can click on that, and all the assignments, presentations, anything that your instructor has loaded into your classroom, you will click on it, then you will view assignment, and then you will come up to the top here and hit instructions. And the instructor will typically put a comment in here like, watch these videos and answer these questions, or read this PowerPoint and answer the chapter questions in the book. It'll give more specific instructions. It looks like he posted the video of the Blue Angels flying over Chicago. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. But let's try to find an assignment. So this was a video that was shot here at the school about a doctor. His name is Dr. John Smith, came in and talked about the beginning and invention of electricity. So it was a good conversational video for all the students to talk to with their instructors. With you guys coming in, being level 1 students, the majority of your online learning is going to be basic safety and math. The technical HVAC and welding information will not occur until you get on campus. So the majority of it, of the online portion of it, is just going to be basic safety and math. So nothing to be nervous about when it comes to Google Classroom. Okay, again, if you have any questions, just put them in the Q&A. I'm going to close out this and pull my PowerPoint back up, so please be patient with me.